Right, so man Brett from the Skateboarding Show here at the famous Lloyd's spot here in Bristol. And today's discussion point is something that I've got as an idea, but I'm going to improvise around. I might be repeating myself. I might not. I don't know. But skate videos. I love a skate video. Don't get me wrong. I love skate videos. I love seeing what people are doing. I love seeing human beings pushing the possibilities of what's possible when you mix a human being and a skateboarder. There's one in the background doing some stuff now. Of course there's some skateboarders down here. It's Wednesday, it's like 2 in the afternoon. It's a bit cold, but it's always worth coming down to Lloyd's. Right, skate videos are brilliant. They show you what's possible on a skateboard, and they could be really inspiring, and they can be inspiring. Of course I'm going to be distracted. I think somebody's trying to film some stuff. I don't know what. Of course they're trying to film some stuff. Everyone's trying to film some stuff. But there you go. Oh my God, yeah. So they're filming stuff, and I'm talking about skate videos. Okay, so skate videos. Okay, so I've got an analogy with skate videos, right? And I've got 2 points. I've got 2 opposing points of view. So bear with me. Because these are just discussion topics. These are just ideas. Maybe something for you to think about and to reply to if you want to. You're more than welcome to. Skate videos show you what somebody's achieved in a moment that they might well have worked really hard to do, and quite often, sometimes, one or the two, sometimes that is the only time they would have landed that particular trick, especially, still peaking on the sound, especially if it's a challenging trick to do in terms of ability or courage, or both. So with courage, a reference to like throwing yourself down a big handrail or a big set of stairs, or a big 3 set like Lloyd's, or technical ability, a very sort of trick in, trick out, slide or grind trick. So that seems to be accepted in skateboarding, that maybe you do it once for the video, you do it once for the edit, and then maybe you don't do it again. So I wonder about, so imagine this, imagine you go to see, and I love Metallica, the band, but it's only because I think what the analogy that I want to make might work. So let's say you went to go and see Metallica, and for those of you that don't know Metallica stuff, I'll try and explain it so it wouldn't matter whether you know the song that I'm going to mention. Let's say you went to go and see Metallica, and they came out and they played some songs, and then they stopped the show for a minute and they said, listen, we'd love to play Master of Puppets for you, but it's quite hard. It's quite fast, it's quite hard. And we played it once and we recorded it. We immortalized it in the studio. We played it then, and we're not going to play it tonight. We're not going to play it tonight because it's a bit hard, it's a bit fast, it's a bit hard on our fingers. So for those of you that don't know, Master of Puppets is a quite sort of infamous Metallica song that is indeed has some challenges to play. It's not impossible to play. I'm just trying to give an analogy. Right, I'm just trying to give it an analogy. So you've paid all that money to go to a Metallica concert, and you want to hear your favourite song, and they've said to you, we're not going to play it tonight because it's too hard, it's too fast, and if you want to listen to it, just go home and listen to the album, right? Because it's on there, so you can listen to it there. And I wonder what people's reaction would be to that. I wonder what people would think to that idea of we want to see you play it live. We want to see you do it. That's the whole point. It's great that you did it on the studio album, but we wanna see it. So my analogy is, imagine if you went to a skate demo with your favorite pro, and you realized that they were really good, but what you saw on video was like kind of one-off stuff that they did and then they never did again, because to replicate that level of skateboarding all the time is really hard. It's really hard. And I wonder if that's what we do. I wonder if that's what we do. We watch these skate videos and we go, wow, that's really amazing. And then we might see them skate live and they maybe don't skate like that. And in a way we have to understand Of course they don't. Like, the stuff they're doing for videos is stuff they've had to work months at. Like, we don't have a representation on the video of how long it took for them to do. I often wonder if maybe we need a little number in the corner of each trick, which is the number of tries it took to land the trick. I wonder if that would be a more accurate representation of what they were doing and how they were doing it and how long it took them to do, and therefore how consistent they are. Because we're seeing sort of one-off performances. We're not seeing how they skate every single day. So that might sound a bit negative, and I'm just sort of putting this forward as an idea, because it is a little bit negative. I'm kind of trying to say, are we being slightly lied to about how good somebody is? Maybe we are, and maybe that's okay, because we're trying to see the best of what they can do in a skateboard video. Like right now, this guy's trying, looks like grind and then like back 180 out. I think he's trying to get like a fakey manual roll out of it. Anyway, and he's had like a good 5, 6, 7 goes at that. But when you see it on the video, you're going to see the make that he makes. You're not going to see all these 6, 7 other goes that he's had trying to do it. So you might be under the impression he can do it all the time. And maybe you can, maybe you can't. But I think there's a counterpoint to this, and continuing with that same analogy, and like I want to make it really clear, I love Metallica, the band, and they wouldn't do that, and I'm very impressed with their musicianship and their ability, and I know that skateboarders are really good, and quite often on demos they will push themselves and they will do stuff. So the counterpoint to this, using that analogy of any band that might come out and go, well, we played it in the studio and we recorded it, and so that's enough in it, you don't need to see it live, is bands don't go to a gig, they don't stop the gig, and they don't ask one person in the audience, give us a letter between A and G, then they don't ask another person in the audience, right, sharp or flat, and then they don't ask another member of the audience, okay, major or minor, and so they don't end up with like, okay, so A sharp minor, brilliant, okay, right, so we're using that as our key, and then they don't ask another member of the audience, right, give us a time signature, right, 5/4, okay, and then they don't ask another member of the audience, right, do you want this like, let's say Metallica, they don't say, right, do you want this like super thrash, or do you want it like heavy, or like, how do you want this? Like, okay, you want super thrash, okay, and they don't, oh, you got close end, mind? They don't say, right, okay then, so we're going to improvise a song now in A sharp minor with a 5/4 timing, that's super thrash, like super fast, super thrash, and we'll just make it up on the spot. However, professional skateboarders, when they turn up to a demo, turn up to a skate park they've never seen before, they've never skated before, and then they sort of they take it apart. They skate really well. And I've seen that with my own eyes. I remember being at Bath Skate Park waiting for the Santa Cruz team to turn up about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer, and Tom Remillard, I didn't really know who he was, but I found out that's who it was. I saw him roll down the path, open the gate, roll into the skate park, roll into the bowl that I understood he had never skated before, and on his first exploratory warm-up run, absolutely destroy the bowl and skate it in a way that was just like, oh my gosh, this guy's really good. Like, he's never been here before, and his exploratory go was enough to make us all go, right, time to sit down, take our pads off and lids off and just sit here for a bit and watch this guy, because this is going to get fun. So that's the counterpoint. Professional skateboarders turn up to skate parks they've never skated before and totally destroy them. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, isn't that an interesting phenomena? As always, do I have a point to these things? Is there a need for me to have a point? Is there a need for a point in a discussion? I've made 2 points. I've made the one point that says skateboard videos are amazing and they're brilliant and I love them, but I just wonder if they're a true representation of what somebody can do, or is it a representation of what somebody pushed themselves to do once and then may not ever do again. And I've also made the point that that as a counterpoint to that, professional skateboarders turn up to skate parks they've never skated before, spots they've never skated before on a demo, and they skate amazingly well, and they do amazingly well. And that's the difference. I used to see it when I used to go to NAS. Like, I know full well nobody's ever skated that course before because it had only just been finished being built the night before, and then you watch these really good skateboarders turn up and take the place apart, and like on the first night of practice they're taking it apart, and you're just like, if you don't skateboard, what I mean by that is they're skateboarding it really well. They're doing a really, really good job of skateboarding it. And for some people, such as myself, I need to get to know a skate park before I can start doing even my rubbish skateboarding there, let alone any good skateboarding. So professional skateboarders are really good skate. One of the things about really good skateboarders is that they can turn up to somewhere they never skated before and do really well at it. He's getting closer and closer. He's getting the feel of coming out into the fakie manny. But again, what's that? We're getting on for like 10, 12 tries now. If somebody's filming it, you're going to see. You're going to see the end result, but you're not going to see the process. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Skateboard videos are about showing the end result, not the process. Because of course the process is a bit boring, isn't it, really? People just want to see the end result. We just want the quick fix. We want the quick fix. So yeah, my point isn't boo hiss pro skateboarders. Far from it. Love pro skateboarders, and I'm really impressed. I just am making an observation that maybe some of the videos aren't representative of their real life everyday skateboarding, and at the same time I'm really impressed with really good skateboarders who can turn up to somewhere they've never skated before and skate really, really well, and sometimes come up with stuff that some of the locals come up with lines and ways of approaching obstacles that some of the locals haven't even thought of, some of the people who've been skating there for years haven't even thought of. That's today's little opinion piece. If you've got some thoughts, if you've got some ideas about that, please leave a comment and let me know. Please feel free to engage in intellectually challenging conversation with me about it. I don't claim to have the truth or claim to be enlightened or any better knowledgeable or have any better knowledge than anyone else. This is just what I'm putting forward here on these mindless ramblings. Well, they're not really mindless. I'm putting some thought and ideas into it, but I'm open to other people's ideas and thoughts as well. So thank you for sticking with me if you've stuck with me this long, and thank you any new subscribers or followers. I don't know, these are just ideas. Please have your own ideas and your own thoughts, and thank you. And yes, it's not only me that said turn this off and go skateboarding. That was originally from Jeff Grosso on his love letters to skateboarding, which you should turn this off and go and watch those, and you should turn this off and go and do some skateboarding, because skateboarding is amazing. It's a brilliant thing for anybody of any ability, any age, of any other label that might fit on you to go and do. Just go and do skateboarding. It's great fun. There he goes. Oh yeah, he's got a couple. I reckon we're into at least sort of 15, 16, 17 tries now. He's going to get it, I reckon. He's going to get it. He's definitely got it. But he's just going to have to keep trying. Right. Thank you. See you all soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.